Hello everyone, this video will show you how to create tab interaction in Canvas Learning Management System. I've already created this 4-button tab interaction to show you what we are trying to achieve in this video. If I click button number 2 in this tab interaction, it will bring up button number 2 content and it will do the same for button number 3 and 4. I will go ahead and switch to my blank canvas page to recreate this interaction together in this video. I will start with clicking edit button here. And in the HTML editor, I will start typing div. And I will close my div tag. And I will type sample text so that we don't really use our changes. What we just did, we created our outer div in this tab interaction. In the HTML editor, I will continue typing my coding. I will give it a few enters over here. And I will say UL. To create unordered list, and I will close my UL tag, and in between I will say li and close my li tag. For my first list item, I will type button number 1. I will copy this little piece of coding and paste it 3 times so that I have 4 buttons, and I will change this to 2, and this one will be 3, and finally it will be 4. I will click save, and we have created our buttons, but they are not functioning yet, and I will delete the sample text because we no longer need it. In the HTML editor, come over here, select sample text and hit backspace. Next, I will create divs for each one of my buttons, so there will be 4 different div tags. Let me close my first div tag, and I will say here button number 1 content. I will copy this first div of mine and paste them 3 times. I will say button number 2, button number 3, and button number 4 content. I will go ahead and save. I have my buttons and I have my div tags for each one of my button content text. In the HTML editor, I will keep working. I will assign ID. I will come over here and say ID equal quotation group dash number 1. And I will copy this little piece of coding and paste it for the rest of my button content text. Here, and finally here, I will change the numbers, group number 2, 3, and 4, and I will keep working on my coding. Now I will create a link from my buttons to the content divs. I will come up over here and type a space href equal quotation shift 3 group dash number 1. I will put an ankle bracket and I will close my a tag. I will copy this piece of coding and paste it for my rest of the buttons. And I have to make sure I am having the closing a tag for my buttons. And finally, I will need to change the numbers, group number 3 and 4. I will go ahead and save. We are still seeing the content text and the buttons, but they are not really in a tab interaction format. There is one more important step to do in the coding part. I will go ahead and click edit. In the HTML editor, I will come over to my outer div and say class equal quotation. I will type enhanceable content. Space tabs. I will save my page one more time. And you are seeing that we have just created our tab interaction. We can further work on it to make it look nicer and better. I will click edit. And in the HTML editor, what I can say here is, for instance, maybe I can say style equal quotation font size would be 15 punto, and for my content text I can say it's gonna be 14 punto, but I would like to add a p tag first so that it is recognized as a paragraph for the browsers. And I will close my p tag. Over here, what I will say style equal quotation font size maybe 14 punto, and I will give it a semicolon. I will copy this piece of coding and paste it over here for my buttons. I will make sure I have the closing p tag for each one of my button content text. I will go ahead and click save. And you are seeing that my text size is a little bit larger. Next, I can remove the underlines for my buttons. In the HTML editor, I will click over here and say style equal quotation text decoration. I will say now, and I will copy this part of the coding and paste it for the rest of my buttons. Now my button texts are not underlined. I would like my tab interaction span 75% of my screen size. To do so, I will click over here and type style equal quotation. I will type display colon black, and margin would be 15 pixel for top and button, and auto to left and right. I will hit semicolon, and the last piece of coding will be about the width. I will say 75%. I just remembered that I had a background color for my buttons. Before finishing up this tutorial, I would like to show you how to give a background color to our buttons. I will come over here my li tag and type style equal quotation background color, shift 3, I would say F5, it's gonna be a gray color, and I will copy this piece of little coding and paste it for the rest of my li tag, and I will go ahead and click save. What you are seeing here is my tab interaction is spanning 75% of my screen, and it is centrally aligned. If I click button number 2, it will bring up button number 2 content, and button number 3 and 4 will bring up their own content as well. Together we have just created my 4-button tab interaction. Hopefully you have found it helpful to create more interactive Canvas pages. Thank you for watching the video.